Layne Norton popularized the flexible diet, also known as if it fits your macros. The idea here is simple. You can eat whatever you want as long as it fits your macronutrient requirements.
Myself and some other people on the message boards popularized something called flexible dieting, where you can eat essentially whatever you want as long as you hit your protein, carbohydrate, and fat targets.
Every calorie that you eat comes from one of three macronutrient sources: protein, carbs, or fat. If you want to gain weight, you eat more calories than you burn, and if you want to lose weight, you burn more calories than you eat. Simple. But how do you burn calories? We all think about burning calories through things like exercise, but really your body burns more of its energy just through its everyday functions, like keeping your body temperature up and utilizing oxygen. One of the things that we rarely think about burning calories is digesting food itself, and each of these macronutrients has a different energy requirement for digestion, and protein has the highest thermic effect.
So you have a certain amount of what we call TEF, thermic effect of food. Protein has a higher TEF than carbohydrate and fat. Okay, so we know that higher protein diets actually cause more weight loss and better lean body mass retention. Part of that is through the increased thermogenesis.
The theory here is that as long as you eat enough calories and protein, you can eat whatever else you want and still lose fat.
If you control your calories, so you eat in a calorie deficit, you eat enough protein because protein helps spare lean body mass and is thermogenic, so it increases your energy output, then you can kind of do whatever you want with carbs and fats and whatever you prefer, and you'll still lose the same amount of weight and get about all the health benefits.
This means that anything from chips to pizza to candy to ice cream are all on the flexible diet menu, because as Layne says, calories are the most important thing for fat loss, and fat loss is the most important thing for health.
We both agree that in terms of weight loss and body composition, that your total calorie intake per day is the most important thing.
He says that the reason most diets work is because they restrict things like sugar that cause people to overeat. It's not the sugar itself that makes you fat, it's the extra calories that you consume in addition to the sugar. For example, I can drink a can of Coke or eat 2 sweet potatoes and I'll be getting the same amount of calories, but after eating 2 sweet potatoes, I'm gonna feel a lot more full than I am after drinking a Coke. If I cut Coke out of my diet, then it frees up extra calories to eat foods that are more satiating. According to the theory of the flex diet, I could cut these sweet potatoes out of my diet, replace them with a can of Coke, and have no impact on my body fat.
There was a study done by Surwit, and they looked at a high glycemic diet versus low glycemic, and I mean extreme. One group had over 100 grams of sugar a day. Another group had 10 grams or less per day. Or sorry, it was 11 grams. And they looked at the differences in weight loss. Both groups lost weight, but no differences in weight loss. Now, is it more difficult to create a calorie deficit if you're eating a lot of sugar? Yes.
Instead of something like a keto diet, which tells you what you can't eat, a flexible diet says you can eat whatever you want. The thing is, you're going to have to track everything that you eat so that you know you're hitting the right ratios.
Now what you're sacrificing is, okay, you're tracking every day.
So how do you find these ratios? Well, you can start with something like a BMI calculator online, which gives a pretty accurate estimate for the average person. But if you're someone who works out a lot or has above average muscle mass, then this is probably not going to be accurate and you'll need to eat more than what it tells you. And this is where the tracking comes into play. If you weigh yourself and track your food for a few weeks, then you're going to get a good idea of how your weight fluctuates as you make changes to your diet. A general rule of thumb is that 500 calories equals 1 pound. So if you're gaining a pound a week, then you're eating 500 calories above maintenance, and if you're losing a pound a week, then you're eating 500 calories below maintenance. Based on how much weight you're gaining or losing, you can make adjustments from here depending on what your goals are. For the past 3 weeks, I was following a keto diet and I lost 2 pounds. I was eating 3,800 calories a day, 250 grams of which came from protein. Now I'm going to switch to a flexible diet where I continue eating 3,800 calories and 250 grams of protein, but instead of restricting myself to 20 grams of carbs like I did on a keto diet, I'll adjust my carbs and fat accordingly depending on what I feel like eating that day. I'm curious, can I get the same results as I did on a keto diet while eating more carbs and more sugar? If you're interested in seeing the results, then subscribe to this channel and I'll keep you posted. For now, thanks for watching.